Did you know that Mass Effect 3 contains some extra unique dialogue if your love interest died during the collector-based mission in Mass Effect 2?
Say what?
Yes, while this might be self-explanatory to some of you, most of you have probably missed all the different references to a dead love interest. So today, I want to show you just that in this fairly short video. Now, the scene that I will specifically show you is the one that happens after you either cure or sabotage the genophage in the mission Priority Tuchanka. As Shepard rests up after the mission, he or she experiences a second nightmare sequence with the child. Now in this nightmare sequence, you sometimes get to hear the voice of your dead romance interest. Have a listen.
It's time to
Now, as these didn't always play for me except for Kaidan's voice, I can't provide all the whispers for you, but just know that you will at one point or another during the dream hear their voices. Now after Shepard wakes up from the dream, we get a scene where Shepard washes their face with cold water as Liara knocks on the door, who then asks the commander how they feel. Here's the collection I put together depending on who Shepard romanced in Mass Effect 2, and we'll be starting with FemShep's romance options. Ready? Here we go.
It's open. Shepard, there's something you need to hear. All right. Is this a bad time?
Thinking of some friends who aren't around thanks to this war.
That's thanks to the Reapers, not you. Are you thinking about anyone in particular?
Kaidan back on Vermeer. He died buying us time to defeat Sovereign. Seeing what we're up against now, he might think his sacrifice was in vain.
You know Kaidan would never think that.
Yeah. That's one more reason I miss him.
Are you thinking about anyone in particular?
Thane. He meant a lot to me, Liara. Even if we didn't know each other that long.
You don't have to know someone for years to miss them once they're gone.
You're right. Wish we'd had more time together.
Thinking about anyone in particular?
Jacob. He had a good head. Good heart.
If I had to guess, I'd say he'd want you to move on.
You're right. Thanks.
Thinking about anyone in particular?
Garrus. I miss his jokes. His attitude. Hard to think I'll never hear his voice again.
I miss him too. Garrus would be proud to see you've come so far.
Yeah. He would.
And here's MailShep's version.
All right.
Is this a bad time?
Thinking of some friends who aren't around thanks to this war.
That's thanks to the Reapers, not you. Are you thinking about anyone in particular?
Jack. Call me crazy, but I miss her. She'd call me crazy too. But I'd give a lot to have her back.
I'm sure Jack would appreciate the sentiment.
She might. But she'd never admit to it.
About anyone in particular?
I've been thinking about Miranda. She was something special. I'm trying to remember if I ever told her that.
She must have known. There wasn't much you could hide from her.
True. You're right about that.
Thinking about anyone in particular?
Ashley, back on Vermeer. She gave her life stopping Sovereign. I wonder what she'd make of fighting a whole fleet of Reapers.
If I had to guess, Ashley would call it target practice.
Yeah. Sounds like her.
Are you thinking about anyone in particular?
I wish Tally were here. I've met some amazing people. But Tally?
One of a kind.
Yeah. She was. Didn't you have something for me?
The Solarian Counselor has an urgent matter.
Oof. Alright, all this dialogue has made me depressed for the day. I do, however, appreciate that the lines for each squadmate was written with them in mind. But for some reason, it just made me chuckle when Jacob gets brought up, as Liara basically says, he'd want you to move on, and Shepard's like, yep, true, and she just moves on. Also, I'd like to credit apprehensive_quality on Reddit for posting about this detail on the Mass Effect subreddit, which is where I got this idea from. Anyway, remember to like the video to push this out to more fans of Mass Effect, and a huge thank you to all my members for supporting the channel. As always, have a great day guys. Mr. Holton, signing out.